Hey, what's up, everyone? Warped Tour 2011. We are back. This is probably like the 5th year for the Vinnie Langdon show. And you guys been doing it for a while as too, right? This is Terrible Things here on the Vinnie Langdon show. What's up, Fred?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, we're as Terrible Things. We're a little bit new to the Warped Tour, but our past bands have done it 4 and 5 years now. So we've been doing it forever, basically.
Yeah, we're definitely Warped Tour vets, to say the least. This is Fred's 5th. It is the 5th Warped Tour. That's a lot of Warped Tours. 5 for Fred. This is my 4th Warped Tour. And we actually did it together in 2004 when Fred was in Taking Back Sunday and I was in Coheed. And we were already fast friends because Fred's band before TBS, Breaking Pangea, was actually the first band to ever bring Coheed out. Kind of showed us the ropes, and really fast friends. And we love those guys. So when we did the '04 Warp together, it was cool. And just feels like a bit of destiny to be back again with Freddie on Warped, and it's super cool. We're really excited to be here.
Now, being from the East Coast and performing on the West Coast at Warped Tour, I mean, how's it feeling? I mean, different kind of crowd environments or what?
Yeah. Better looking crowds out here, I must say. No, it's awesome. We're obviously still getting the word out here, whereas sort of have more of a following on the East Coast from being there more. In a lot of ways, this band's starting over for us, but in a lot of ways, once people find out who it is and they hear it, it's I don't know. It's been very cool and successful so far. I mean, we're real hopeful about the next year as well. So.
Right. And, being in band, starting fresh, starting brand new, I mean, you got to think about the marketing, you got to think about all these different aspects, the music itself, because, the worst thing to worse is, your fans from your other bands go, well, man, they sound just like, Coheed, or they kind of sound just like Taking Back Sunday or Keller Fred, and you guys want to kind of do your own thing, do something that you guys always been wanting to do, and put it into this band. And Josh, what do you think?
Well, you bring up a good point. I think in a lot of ways, that's a good problem to have. The years that I was in Coheed, I'm a little bit older now, and I look back at those as some of the best years of my life, and I'm really super proud of that stuff. But, Terrible Things is its own thing, and I feel like it's a good problem to have if you got to kind of fight to break the mold, because at least we've had that opportunity to, share our music with that many people, with TBS and just the monster success of those bands. So I take it with a grain of salt, but Terrible Things is definitely its own entity, and I think I'm the most excited I've ever been about Terrible Things now, where the band's going. It takes time to kind of, to figure out who you're going to be, and we got in a room together, and it was popping from the get-go. But then there's other things. There's so many things to think about, and not even talking about in the marketing sense, just strictly in a band sense. And we're, for a while there, we were becoming the band that we're going to be, and I think we still are. I'm so excited to make another Terrible Things record, but we still, we believe in the record that we put out. That's why we're out here on Warped Tour, and I think it's just a really exciting time for our band, and I think we're going to get a better opportunity to kind of to show people that Terrible Things is its own thing. And I don't think we're always going to have to rely on, hey, we were in these other bands. Terrible Things is its own thing, and I think every day it's becoming that more and more. I mean, we turn people onto the band every day, and it's exciting. It just feels perfect, man.
Yeah. So Fred, tell us more about the record. It's out now, and what is it about?
Well, the record's been out a few months. It's a concept record about my town, Coatesville, PA, a little steel town in Pennsylvania. Had 49 arson fires. It was a serial arsonist and wound up being one of the high-up fire chiefs doing it, which kind of was really scary. Burning down a lot of people's homes and things like that. Not really like public buildings, but like actual like places where people lived. A woman died, and hundreds of people were actually homeless from this. Anyway, I wrote more about the fear that we had while it was going on.
Like you could be next
kind of thing? Everyone thought that they were having trouble sleeping at night and things like that. So there's a lot of songs about that. So that's sort of that whole thing. And it was actually my first experience with a concept record. Of course, Coheed's well known for it, but it was cool, in the writing process because, even though it was my town, Josh does a lot of writing, and he brings in this darker element and always musical ideas coming from him, And so anyway, but I mean, we're out on Warped. A couple shows we've thrown in a new song here and there, and we've now started to think about writing more stuff. We of course encourage people to check out the record because we're really proud of it. But like Josh said, we're really excited for what's next. And as far as all the marketing, like we don't know, man. We concentrate strictly on music, I would say.
Yeah, right on, man. You see it a lot. Not to cut you off, Freddie, but we're not car salesmen. We
sometimes we wish we were. I mean,
I tell you, I really do wish we were.
If you buy this CD, you can get that one next, right?
Yeah. And no disrespect to any of the bands out here, but a lot of the bands, they have that salesmanship or whatever you call it, and I think that's missing. I didn't practice, smiling in people's faces and getting them to trust me right off the bat and selling them an extra. I practice playing the drums, and we're musicians, and I think that Terrible Things right now is definitely a musician's band. Like when we play, you see a lot of the other bands checking us out, and I just think that the more opportunities we get to play in front of people, the more we turn people on to the music, and we really believe in this thing. And when I say the whole salesman thing, we bring up the marketing. I think that there's a place in the world for a band like us. I really do believe that. I have to believe that, or I wouldn't be out here doing it, and I just, as Fred said, not only excited about where the band's going, but to be here on Warped Tour, since we've done it so many other times, it really just feels like a bit of destiny at play, and that we're supposed to be here. And it's just kind of, this is the time for Terrible Things. And we played so good last night, and I just had this, it was one of those things.
You even slept in and almost, didn't get woken up.
It must have been because of that rockin' show. I had to get a couple extra hours of sleep. No, I'm really excited for Terrible Things. I mean, we've all been part of a lot of other projects, and we're musical people. We're creative beings, and we're always creating. But I think that Terrible Things, where we are right now, is an exciting place, and I know there's a spot in the world for a band that is about the music and not about looks and not about selling packages together. We're about the music. It's about what's on that disc, and I think it it can touch people's lives, and I'm really excited about where we're headed.